Let's get started with our first news. Ilia Tapia has made a bold and electrifying statement ahead of his highly anticipated showdown against Charles Oliveira for the vacant lightweight championship. In a newly released promotional video for UFC 317, Tapia didn't hold back when speaking about the upcoming fight. With an aura of unwavering confidence and a fierce gaze, he declared his intentions loud and clear. When he lands a clean shot on Oliveira's chin, it will explode. Ilia Tapia, known for his ferocious striking and unshakable self-belief, is stepping into the lightweight division with serious momentum. And now that he's competing in a heavier weight class, he claims to feel stronger and more dangerous than ever before. He openly admitted that the move to 155 pounds has been a game changer for him, not just physically, but mentally as well. According to him, the added weight has translated directly into more power, and that's something he believes Charles won't be able to handle when they finally meet inside the octagon. Speaking in the promo video, Ilia confidently stated, "I feel so powerful at 155. I'm going to touch his chin and it will explode." That's not just trash talk, that's a warning, a clear and direct message to both Charles Oliveira and the entire lightweight division that Ilia is not coming to play games. He's coming to make a statement, and he plans to do that by delivering a devastating knockout. This fight holds major implications for the future of the division. With the belt currently up for grabs, both fighters are hungry to claim the throne, but Tapia's words have added an extra layer of intensity to the build-up. He's not just aiming for a win, he's aiming for dominance. Fans are now eagerly counting down the days to UFC 317. Curious to see if Tapia's prediction will become reality. Will he truly deliver the explosive finish he promised? Or will Charles Oliveira prove once again why he's considered one of the most dangerous fighters in the world? One thing is for certain, this fight just got even more intense. Moving on to the second news, Justin Gaethje is sending shockwaves through the MMA world by threatening to retire if he doesn't get a title shot next. This isn't just speculation. Now, it was confirmed by his longtime manager, Ali Abdelaziz, during a recent interview on Submission Radio. According to Ali, Justin Gaethje is dead serious about walking away from the sport if he is passed over for the next shot at the lightweight belt. He's set his sights on the winner of the highly anticipated clash between Ilia Tapia and Charles Oliveira, and he's not willing to settle for anything less. Ali shared an emotional and passionate message from Justin, highlighting just how much this means to him. Justin wants to fight the winner. He won 3 out of his last 4. He saved the UFC 2 times. They needed him and he was there, Ali said. That statement holds weight, especially considering Gaethje's track record of stepping up when the promotion needed him most. Whether it was taking short notice fights or delivering absolute warfare in the octagon, Gaethje has been one of the most exciting and reliable fighters on the roster. The guy did so much for the sport, Ali continued. If anyone says he doesn't deserve it, he said, "I'm not going to fight for the title. I'm just going to hang up my gloves." This isn't just frustration, it's a declaration from a veteran who feels that he's earned his moment in the spotlight, and he's not willing to be overlooked any longer. According to Ali, Justin told him this yesterday, saying, "If I'm not going to get a title shot, I feel disrespected. I love being a UFC fighter. I love the UFC, but I feel the UFC has to love me back." Those words speak volumes about the internal struggle Gaethje is facing. He's not just fighting for gold, he's fighting for recognition and respect. Right now, Justin doesn't feel the love from the UFC, and unless that changes with a title opportunity, we could be witnessing the final chapter of one of the most explosive careers in MMA history. Now to another major news update. Morab Dvallis Villi is officially the new pound-for-pound #2 fighter in the world. That's right, the UFC's official pound-for-pound rankings were updated earlier today following the intense action at UFC 316, and the results have sparked a lot of buzz in the MMA community. While Islam Makhachev continues to hold down the #1 spot, Morab Dvallis Villi has climbed up the rankings to secure the #2 position, pushing the legendary Jon Jones down to #3. This change has caught many fans and analysts by surprise, especially since Jon Jones is still the reigning heavyweight champion and considered by many to be the greatest of all time. It's likely that Dana White isn't too thrilled about seeing one of the UFC's biggest stars drop down the list, especially when Jon has been out of action due to injury but still holds an undefeated record in over a decade. Meanwhile, Morab's rise has been nothing short of phenomenal. He's been dominating top contenders in the bantamweight division and riding a massive win streak. His relentless pace, unmatched cardio, and wrestling-heavy style have overwhelmed nearly every opponent he's faced. With each performance, he's proving that he's not just a contender. He's a dominant force deserving of pound-for-pound recognition. Adding more fire to the rankings, Ilia Tapia has now jumped up to the number 4 spot. His recent performances and explosive knockouts have propelled him into elite status, and now he's within striking distance of the top 3. However, not everyone agrees with the new rankings. MMA journalist Ariel Helwani voiced his opinion, saying he still believes Jon Jones should be ranked number 1. But clearly, the UFC's rankings committee sees things differently, prioritizing activity and recent performances over past legacy. In any case, the shakeup in the pound-for-pound list adds even more excitement to the current UFC landscape. With Morab rising, Jon dropping, and fighters like Ilia Tapia climbing fast, the battle for the top is heating up like never before. Next up, we have an exciting update from the camp of Morab Dvallis Villi. His coach John Wood believes that a matchup between Morab and Corey Sandhagen would be a great one, not just for the fans, but for Morab's career. In a recent interview with Submission Radio, Coach Wood broke down why he feels confident about the potential bout and why he thinks it would play out in Morab's favor. Corey is a great fighter, and I genuinely enjoy watching him compete, Wood said. He's entertaining, and he's got a lot of tools that make him a tough matchup for anyone in the division, but I don't think it's anything different from what Morab has already faced. We've seen similar styles before, and I think it's stuff we're gonna have a fine time with. It's going to be a fun fight, but Morab's gonna come out ahead in that one. He emphasized that Corey's unorthodox, tricky striking and footwork might pose a challenge, but nothing Morab can't handle. We've kind of fought that style before. He's tough, he's tricky, but I know Morab. I know what he's capable of, and I know what we're going to do to prepare. As a coach, these kinds of matchups are exciting to game plan for. Corey's got a great team and great coaches, but stylistically, I think this works out great for us. Coach Wood also shared some thoughts on when and where the fight should take place. Ideally, he'd love to see Morab fight on a Las Vegas card later this year. Maybe October, he suggested. September might be pushing it, but late October would be good, just to give Morab some time. And if he really wants to sneak in 2 more fights this year, the earlier the better. But I'd prefer Vegas, let him stay home, avoid travel, and just focus on the fight. With Morab currently riding a massive win streak and sitting at number 2 in the pound-for-pound rankings, a matchup against Sandhagen could be exactly what he needs to solidify his claim for a title shot. Now for another major update, a UFC 317 main card fighter has officially pulled out. Manel Kape has announced that he's out of his highly anticipated flyweight clash against Brandon Royval due to a fractured foot suffered during training. This marks a frustrating milestone for Manel, as it's now his 11th fight cancellation since joining the UFC. In a heartfelt message posted on X, Manel wrote, "With great regret, I come to inform you that I am out of the next UFC 317 competition. I suffered a foot fracture during training, and after medical evaluation, I was instructed to have surgery and focus 100% on recovery. It's not easy to stay out of something I've been preparing for with so much dedication. Without a doubt, this would have been the most advantageous fight of my career, but I understand that this is just another challenge on the way, and I trust the plans that Allah has for me. I sincerely thank everyone who is with me. We remain firm, stronger with each obstacle. The battle was only postponed. I'll be back soon." Manel's message shows his disappointment, but also his strong mindset in facing this setback. This injury not only affects his career momentum, but also shakes up the flyweight picture going into UFC 317. With Kape out, Brandon Royval will now face Joshua Van, who is stepping in on extremely short notice. Joshua just fought at UFC 316, where he earned a third-round TKO victory over Bruno Silva in an impressive performance. Taking a quick turnaround fight at this level shows how hungry and fearless Joshua is. In response to the late opponent change, Brandon Royval shared his thoughts in a video message saying, "Yo, what's up y'all? Manel Kape is out. Joshua Van is stepping in. I have zero idea on the extent of Manel's injury, but I do know I have the hottest prospect and probably the most exciting UFC flyweight in front of me. So really, nothing changes for me in terms of what's in front of me. I got a gangster who's ready to take my head off and earn his name off me. I appreciate the matchup, and I'm just excited to be in what I think is the most exciting matchup in the flyweight division. Also, I'm on the same card as Pantoja and Kai Kara France. So let's get it. And speaking of Joshua Van, after his big win at UFC 316, he made headlines by buying his mom a house. A class act both inside and outside the cage. Moving on, Tom Aspinall has finally reacted to Dana White's recent comments regarding a potential fight with Jon Jones. And things are heating up. During the media scrum following UFC 316, Dana White made headlines when he stated loud and clear that the UFC wants Tom Aspinall versus Jon Jones and no one else. It wasn't just a passing remark. Dana emphasized that this is the fight the UFC is focused on, and he even referred to Tom Aspinall as the man. As expected, Tom didn't stay silent for long. Taking to social media, Tom responded to Dana's statement saying, "I think a lot of people see what I've said and think it's some kind of media stuff. I don't do that. If I'm going to come out and say something, it's going to be informed information. As I've said a couple of times, it's not for me to say. That's beyond my pay grade. I don't announce fights. I don't announce UFC news. But there is something coming. There's definitely something coming." So Dana White says, "I'm his man. We love that. I'm going to go and prove that pretty soon." Aspinall's reaction is cryptic but confident, and it seems like something big is brewing behind the scenes. This situation comes after a wild week of headlines surrounding Jon Jones. Francis Ngannou's coach, Eric Nixick, recently suggested that Ngannou may be interested in returning to the UFC. That statement stirred up the heavyweight division once again, as Jon Jones quickly responded by saying Ngannou versus Jones would be a true super fight, one that could define both of their legacies. Ngannou added fuel to the fire by proposing a joint UFC and PFL event to make that dream bout a reality. Naturally, when Dana White was asked about all of this at the post-fight press conference, he didn't mince words. He shut down any Ngannou talk and firmly stated that the UFC's priority is Jones versus Aspinall. Now, the question fans are asking is, will we get an official announcement soon? With Tom hinting that something is coming and Dana clearly backing him, the ball might already be rolling behind closed doors. All eyes are now on the UFC to make it official. Finally, Joaquin Buckley is making headlines with a bold claim. He believes Islam Makhachev wouldn't fight him even if both men keep winning. While the UFC hasn't officially confirmed it yet, reports suggest Islam Makhachev is expected to face Jack Della Maddalena, JDM, before the end of the year in a potential welterweight title fight. But Buckley isn't buying into the hype. In fact, he thinks he deserves the next shot if he gets past Kamaru Usman. In a recent video posted on his YouTube channel, Buckley broke down the current welterweight title picture. He said, "Even if both of us win, I don't think a fight between me and Islam is going to happen. You got this guy from 155 thinking he's going to take my spot. Nah, we can't have that." According to Buckley, Makhachev is just passing through the welterweight division and won't stick around if he captures the title. He added, "I truly believe the JDM fight and the Islam fight is not a massive fight to make. Don't get it twisted. If Islam does get blessed with that title shot and beats JDM, he's not going to stay. He's going to retire. He's going to get up out of there quick. He knows he's not a natural 170-er, and especially with me, he's definitely going to run from a person like me." Buckley is clearly fired up, but before he can even dream of gold, he's got a serious challenge ahead in the form of former champion Kamaru Usman. Usman is desperate to get back in the win column after a tough losing streak, and he's showing no signs of slowing down. In recently shared training footage, Usman was seen submitting Justin Gaethje with a slick head and arm choke, proving he's still extremely dangerous, especially on the ground.